Hi, my name is Cassidy Bolt, and I'm a volunteer attorney with SDVLP. Today, we're going to talk about technology abuse. What is it, and how can you protect yourself? So, technology-assisted abuse is a tactic of abuse that's used to maintain power and control in intimate relationships. It typically occurs when one person misuses technology to harass, intimidate, stalk, and/or manipulate their partner. Some examples of technology abuse include, but are not limited to, sending abusive or harassing texts, controlling one's access to social media, their phone, sharing intimate photos of that person without their permission, also known as revenge porn, certain tactics involving spying, surveilling, cyberstalking, hacking into someone's device without their consent, impersonating someone or stealing their identity, and invading privacy by accessing victims' messages and calls. So here's just an overview of how abuse might be happening. One example is a shared phone plan. If you and someone close to you share the same phone plan, there's a possibility that they could use that against you in certain ways. Same with shared passwords, whether that be to email, social media accounts, bank accounts, or your cell phone. That's one way that technology abuse can also occur. GPS location tracking is another medium through which technology abuse can occur. So sharing your location, an actual device like an AirTag, or location services on your social media account. There also are smart home app surveillance and personal assistants in your home like Google Home or Alexa, which could be monitoring you. So what do you do if you suspect technology abuse? First, make sure you document everything. Keep a log of all of the incidents and make sure that you're noting the dates and times, the platforms by which the abuse is occurring, the content, etc. There's various logs that you can include the information on. So the National Network to End Domestic Violence is one, and the URL is provided here. The second step is to make sure you're saving everything so that you're collecting the evidence. If you don't think that your devices are protected, then you might consider sending the information to a trusted third party, especially considering that if your abuser has access to your device, they might manipulate or remove the content that could be helpful evidence. Third, don't let the other party know that you're saving these things. That kind of relates to my last point in the sense of you don't want that person who's conducting the abuse to manipulate or remove the evidence that you're collecting. So make sure that you aren't doing anything that would alert them to that. And then finally, make sure you file a report with law enforcement. Keep in mind, before you report or make any changes to your devices, take steps to keep yourself safe and make sure you've saved everything. Making these changes might tip off the other party and they might start deleting things, or their behavior might escalate if they think that you're going to report them. You can also make your address confidential by enrolling in California's Safe at Home program. The program provides a free PO box and mail forwarding system. The URL is here, so you can check that out and see if you're eligible. Phone safety is another thing to consider. So one first obvious step would to be remove yourself from shared phone plans, change your phone passwords, and you can also consider conducting a factory reset to remove any sort of stalkerware that might be on your phone without you knowing. Also, make sure your location sharing is turned off, whether that be on social media or other apps or just your general phone location services. Also, you should unlink your phone from accounts like iCloud or Google that the other person might be able to get into. And if need be, you might consider calling your phone company to get more information on your device settings and background on what has been going on with your phone. As for social media, you should go through similar steps. So make sure you're changing all of your passwords and turning off the location sharing. If your account isn't private already, definitely switch it to private as opposed to be public. And also, you might want to ask your friends and followers to refrain from posting photos of you or your location without your knowledge. Make sure that if friends are tagging you in pictures, that you're keeping them aware of these precautions that you're considering, and to make sure that they're not tipping off a potential abuser as to your whereabouts. Now, for location tracking in general, cell phones can easily be used to track your location. So, like I said before, make sure that you're checking your phone settings so that you can limit access. If you suspect that an AirTag or another tracking device was placed on your car physically or in your bag, see if you can find it or ask law enforcement to help. If you suspect tracking with AirTag, you can go to this URL through Apple, and they will give you some information on what to do. The AirTag is usually a physical device that you can find yourself, but you also can download the Find My app onto your iPhone, and that should alert you to any AirTags that are in the nearby area. So for home automation devices, similarly, make sure that you're changing the password so that the other person can't control your home settings, like the temperature, the lights, and other sort of surveillance. Remove the devices from home if that's necessary, because your safety is of utmost importance. And make sure the passwords are safe if you do change them. So don't pick something that would be easily guessed or that the person would already know is a password that you use for other types of platforms and devices. And if you can access the apps from your phone, make sure that you're unlinking them. That way, if the person does have access to one of your devices, it doesn't mean that they can access everything. Here are some other useful resources and helpful links in general that you can go to for more information. So the Safety Net Project has a toolkit for survivors. VAW Net also has some background information on technology-assisted abuse. Time put an article out on how technology is allowing abusers to, um, allowing people to continue abusing during the pandemic. And SafeWise is also put out an article about how you can keep your smart home safe from hacking. For general questions or help, you can always reach out to SDVLP. You can visit one of SDVLP's domestic violence clinics, which are located in Central, North, or the East County courthouses. Thanks so much for participating in this educational video on technology-assisted abuse.